What's up, guys? I'm starting the vlog extremely late because first off, the dog, I know, right? You're like, what's it's crumbs, come out and make cookies. You're like, what isn't wrong with your dog? Well, let's see here. He was up crying last night. So I was up Googling. I'm like, what could be wrong with my child? And I stumbled across his food on the interwebs. On this interwebs, it was a few months back, maybe 6 or 7 months. But it turns out, friends, that there was a recall on this particular lot of food. So I go and I'm like, it says it's 718 is the lot number. And I look and I'm like, 718? So then, of course, I got paranoid because it says the food was high in vitamin D and it was causing kidney failure and all kinds of symptoms. He's looking at me because right now I'm cooking him a turkey breast. Currently, I'm going back to cooking his meals. I said, F that meal plan-ish. I called Chewy.com and I was like, yo, I know this was a few months back. I don't know if it was rectified or not. It's part of the same lot number. But, you know, I noticed that there was a voluntary recall, voluntary, by the way, for kidney failure. But anyways, a voluntary recall for this food that my dog has. I don't feel comfortable giving it to him. So do you want me to send it back to you? Like, what would you like me to do? And they said, donate it to a shelter. Now, if I'm not giving it to my dog, I'm not going to go poison anybody else's dog. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know what I'm going to be doing with this stuff. I feel bad because there are dogs that could probably benefit from having this food. But at the same time, I kind of feel weird, you know, like I wouldn't give my dog that food. So, you know. So I went out and bought him a roast and turkey breast so that I can start cooking his food again because, oh my Jesus, I'm too scared. So, like a horrible mother would, I gave him a hot dog this morning because I didn't have the food yet and it's actually still cooking currently. So that's how my day started, just worrying about him. It's literally my daily obsession and I feel like part of me has to worry about something or my day is not complete, you know what I mean? Like have anxiety over something because that works. Vlogmas day 8. I am perioding, emotional than a mug. So I've been in my feelings, I've been emotional, I'm tired, super duper fatigued, like super. I just want to sleep, but it's just not an option right now. Unprofessional, pardon me, I'm so unprofessional right now. Lord, you can hear me twisting it, and guess what? It wasn't even going in right. It was nowhere near clip time, but I just decided I would because I feel like it's going to be a tangent. The way that I grew up, my dad was a straight shooter. He said things, it came off harsh at times, but I mean, reality wins, you know what I mean? So I picked up and I adapted, you know, that way of thinking. And of course I still have like my sensitive side too. Sometimes it hurts. I mean, it does hurt sometimes. They say it, the truth hurts, you know? But I feel like, you know, you should be comfortable enough in your marriage to speak your truth. So that was my whole thing. Was there a thing as being too honest? And why don't people like when people speak their truths? You know what I mean? Like people prefer that stuff be kind of like downplayed, like let's soften the blow type stuff. Everybody gets a trophy when you're in sports now. There's no like real standout players anymore, and that's softening the blow. But what is that teaching people at the end of the day? And if you're not being direct with your kids, your spouse, I mean, that's doing a huge disservice when you keep on softening the landing for everything, because sometimes they need that rough, rugged, and raw approach, you know what I mean? So I think everything has its place depending on what it is. It's trial and error, you know what I mean? Like how far is too far with the truth, you know what I mean? So I do have some good people in my life. My daughter and I, we tend to be a lot really direct with each other. My son and I, sometimes it comes off pretty abrasive and like, but at the same time, speak your truth, you know what I mean? There's gonna be enough people in this world trying to silence you, so you should be at peace at home to speak your truth, you feel me? So I just feel like I don't think there's a such thing as being too honest. For certain people, there's probably a time and a place for the honesty. And even though it might hurt, I could still receive it because, well, first, I've been trained for this. My dad was pretty like direct with it. So my whole life has been a marathon of brutal honesty. And he doesn't, with me, he doesn't tend to hold back. You know what I mean? With my sisters, I think he's a little more delicate, and it's because he realizes something. You know, you can't treat every child the same, and he definitely doesn't treat me the same. Not in a bad way, actually. It was in a very good way, a positive way, because it taught me a lot, you know what I mean? And so I prefer honesty because of that, because of him, because he is the one that was brutally honest with me when other people weren't. And people used to have things to say about me in the family behind my back, but to my face would say something totally different. And he's the one that would bring it to my face, you know what I mean? And I appreciate stuff like that. So I don't think, in my personal opinion, there is such a thing as being too honest, you know what I mean? I feel like, you know, I would much rather you speak your truth than be silenced, because like I said, out in the world, they want you go to work, they don't want you to speak your truth, you know what I mean? You go to school, they don't want you to tell the truth. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys feel like, you know, you can handle only a certain amount of the truth? Do you feel like you'd rather just give it to you raw, you know what I mean? Like, hey, give it to me raw, straight up, no tracer, just tell me like what you think. I'm always pretty selective with my words with people that I'm not quite sure how they are, so I kind of tend to shy away from being as direct as I normally would. But with the people in my life, like, y'all know who you are. I'm just gonna say what I say, and you're gonna say what you're gonna say to me, and that's that. But you have to know what kind of relationship you have and how that person, because I don't want to be like not considerate of other people's sensitivities and feelings, because I would never want anybody to feel bad. But if I feel like we're on that level, like you be 100 with me, I'll be 100 with you, out of love though, because I feel like it takes a real one to tell you the truth and about yourself. Your yes men in your life that are like, yes girl, even though you're wrong. And I don't want that, because I will not grow from something like that. Hey guys, I just wanted to show you a little bit of what I made him. So here is some pumpkin puree. This is broccoli and spinach, and the other part is turkey breast. Okay guys, I just finished editing a video for my son. He had a school project, and so he asked me to edit it. It was actually really fun. I'm gonna insert the video in this video because I thought it was really fun. He was like, you can put it on YouTube, and I was like, what? He never wants anything on YouTube, so I thought it was pretty dope. This would be like his own, it's 4 minutes long. It would be his own little segment of cooking. A lot of it was edited down. I do have an unedited version uploaded for him to see the difference between the two and all that. But I'm excited to add this clip in. I love you guys, and good night. Thank you for sharing your minutes with me and my family. And I will see you in la mañana. Peace.
A lot of people are confident at baking, and I am more so. Most people in my family actually not that big besides my dad, and they know more how to bake than anything else, but I don't. So on Thanksgiving, I had to improvise and make cookies without baking, which is basically what we're going to do today. This is basically no bake cookies. What we'll need is sugar, butter, milk, vanilla, Nutella, and oats. Although these things are for vegans, they aren't required. My family just happens to be vegan, although that includes me. To start off, we have to mix these 3 ingredients together. basically, you have to do 2 cups sugar.
Hopefully that's 2 cups.
Make sure to turn on the heat as you are pouring these ingredients in. 2 tablespoons butter. So you have to do 1/2 cup milk. Make sure the oven's on for this one. Just stir the ingredients until they're actually properly mixed together. Now we need 1 teaspoon vanilla to add onto here. But before you continue onward, make sure to turn off the stove. Yes, stove, not oven. This is 1 teaspoon vanilla. And actually, I don't know. This is not actually an accurate teaspoon. Oh, well, we'll be fine. We usually are fine in this household. Where's the cap? Next, we need 3/4 cup Nutella. Well, we're having technical difficulties, but we don't talk about that part.
We don't.
So I'm gonna scoop it out because it's gone too deep. I don't know who ate the Nutella.
Listen, don't judge. Why don't you stay out my business?
So okay.
Oh, tell them to stay out my business.
This is be a very excruciating process of extracting Nutella because of my mother's incident that I did not know of until like just now.
Don't judge me, people. Don't judge me.
Okay, we're eyeballing it. We are proving that you do not need the skill to do this. This is gonna be 2 cups of oat. And after this, all you have to do is stir it. All you have to do is mix it for a very long time. And this is basically one of the final steps.
Do you turn it back on? Or
No, you don't. You don't ever turn it back on. You turn it on once and you turn it off once, yes. All you have to do is for a while you have to mix it until it looks like a decent thing, even though it will never look decent. All you have to do is mix it for a while. And after this, you have to pour it onto the pan in a somewhat circle-ish shape. I didn't do that like last Thanksgiving. I just made giant cookies because I did not know what I should make them out of. Right here, we make the cookies part. This is just dependent on your mood because my mood is very, very special because I don't know how to make the cookies look like cookies. So basically, you have to just slap it on a pan or something, any pan, and all you do is flop like that. And that's what I did last Thanksgiving too. That's all I did. I just put it like that.
Yeah, I mean, that is exactly what he did. They're huge.
And then I slapped another one like that. I know it looks questionable, but it actually did taste good. Trust me. The next process.
And do you want to show inside?
Yeah. The next process is going to be me reorganizing all of this and slapping it in there, then leaving it there for probably. It's probably going to take like an hour to freeze over.